So good morning, Mom. We are assigned to report the lesson 1, and I choose the topic Art Involves Experience. So before I start my report, let me introduce myself. I am Ibdani Kahar from Section A1. I don't paint dreams or nightmares. I paint my own reality. A quote from my neighbor Frida Kahlo, meaning she reflects her pains with her identity and significant events in her life, as she is painting what she lived through. In other words, she paints her reality. The fact that she paints her experiences mirrors the quote, which is connected to what I'll be discussing today. Good morning, Mom. My name is Ibdani Kahar. This report is titled Art Involves Experience. Getting this far without a satisfactory definition of art can be quite weird for some. For most people, art does not require a full definition. Art is just an experience by experience. We mean the actual doing of something according to Dudley et al. 1960. Art is often defined as an experience, meaning the actual doing of something. It is different from knowing something from hearing from others. Art is always an experience, and it is known by experiencing. For example, a painter cannot claim to know how to paint without trying with a brush or a chisel without it. To know art, one must know it not as fact or information, but as experience. A work of art cannot be abstracted from actual doing, as it requires sense, sight, or hearing. To fully appreciate an artwork, one must immerse themselves in it. As seen in a famous story about Picasso, perception of art is highly personal, individual, and subjective, influenced by the perceiver's tastes, biases, and inner experiences. It is essential to note that emotion and feelings accompany every experience with art, as they are concrete proof that the artwork has been experienced. In essence, understanding art requires immersing oneself in it, as seen in the story of Picasso. In this report, the central theme revolves around the concept that art is fundamentally an experiential phenomenon. It contrasts the act of experiencing art directly with simply having knowledge of it through external sources and highlights the importance of immersion and subjectivity in art appreciation. This can be divided into several key points. First, art is defined as an experience, distinct from acquiring knowledge through second-hand sources. It asserts that genuine knowledge of art comes from actively engaging with it rather than passively learning about it. Second, as I mentioned a while ago, a painter needed to physically use a brush or chisel to create art. This underscores the idea that creating art requires direct hands-on experience, not just theoretical knowledge. Third, to fully appreciate art, the art of Picasso emphasizes the necessity of immersing oneself in the artwork. Picasso likely alluded to his approach of inviting viewers to actively engage with his art, encouraging them to find their own meaning. Fourth, the perception of art is highly personal, individual, and subjective. It's influenced by an individual's unique tastes, biases, and inner experiences, emphasizing the diversity of interpretations. Fifth, in doing art, it highlights that emotions and feelings are inherent in the experience of art and serves as tangible evidence that one has engaged with the artwork on a profound level. In conclusion, this reiterates the idea that to truly understand art, one must immerse themselves in it, drawing and a Picasso story as an example of the immersive approach on it of the art appreciation. Overall, this report conveys the notion that art is an embodied, sensory, and emotional experience that cannot be fully grasped through detached observation or theoretical knowledge alone. It stresses the significance of active engagement and personal interpretation in the world of art as Dudley affirmed that all art depends on experience, and if one is to know art, he must know it not as fact or information but as experience. Before I end this report, I would like to leave this quote. The art of appreciation begins with self-appreciation. Thank you.